So I talk a lot in my videos and about, finding the next step and finding the smallest steps to move forward and, creating little changes in your life just to make things easier for yourself. And I wanted to touch on a really important point that I'm currently experiencing. So sometimes I will just get anxiety just for no other reason than that's how my body is. It's programmed for anxiety, and even if there's no reason, sometimes I don't need to know what it is. And it can be really frustrating because how do you know what step to take? How do you know what it is? If you don't know what's creating the anxiety, how do you know how to fix it? And the answer is that you don't, and the other answer is you do everything. So a lot of the time what I find is that it's not, sometimes the general anxiety is just, for me at least, I think, this uncertainty about what all of these steps that I'm taking are going to lead. And it can be really scary to put yourself out there and take these steps with no guarantee that it's going to work, with no absolute that the steps that you're doing are going to get you where you want to go. And it can be really scary, and it can be really hard because you don't really know if what you're doing is working until it works, or until you have, quote unquote proof that it works. So what I like to do, really, I think for my general anxiety, I try to just allow it to be. It's difficult because it's very focused. Like right now I have this pit in my stomach and I can feel it and I can't breathe properly, and I don't know why it's there. It's just there. But I did a lot of big steps today. I did a lot of big things for my business that were very outside of my comfort zone. And so my body is, I'm assuming, freaking out because this is all new to me. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how what I'm putting out is going to be received. And so there's this underlying worry. The beauty is that I know it's already done. And the only thing I can do at this point is just keep creating those good habits that I know are going to create calm for me later. My good habits, like my water, right? I had a protein shake today. I had my bath. I took my time for myself, I'm doing the things that I need to do, that I know, those steps I know for sure are going to bring me calm in this moment of uncertainty on the path that I've gone down. Does that make sense? So even though I'm having anxiety that I don't understand, I can still take steps in the rest of my life to make sure that I'm moving myself towards a more consistent level of calm in the future, right? So my main goal is not to create calm today. It is. If that happens, great. But my goal is to build these good habits, to build these tiny little good habits over time consistently, to get me to this place where I'm comfortable doing the big things, like putting myself out there for my business and, promoting myself and talking about what I truly believe and am passionate about. That comes from that. That was not where I started. I started at going for a walk around my neighborhood with my head down because I was so terrified to make eye contact with people. I remember having this feeling from making eye contact with people. I would say hi to somebody and then my stomach would just like instantly revolt because that was too much. It was too much for my comfort level. Now, that said, from there I pulled it back and I just went for walks, right? And eventually I built back up to just naturally saying hello to people on the street. And, you know, I listened to that anxiety and I took a step back. I was like, okay, obviously saying hi to people is like way too big. I'll just go for walks. Like, I'll just take a step back, right? And I found that comfort. I didn't know that what I did today was going to push me this far out of my comfort zone. And truth be told, even knowing that it did doesn't really bother me. Like, I know that this is going to go away. This will be fine in a couple of hours or a day or whatever it may be. But my point is that sometimes your anxiety doesn't need a reason to be. It just is. And stressing about it and focusing on it and trying to figure out how to fix it isn't going to solve the problem. And so sometimes just taking any step in a positive direction, like drinking your water, going for a quick walk, doing some push-ups. I mean, fuck it. If your heart rate's already going to be up with an anxiety attack, you might as well do some like jumping jacks, you know, get a double workout. I mean, your heart's already going, right? You might as well, I don't know. That's how I used to look at it, actually. When my heart started racing and I'd start panicking, I'd be like, well, at least I'm getting a workout without having to actually do anything because my heart's pumping so fast, right? It's like a workout. But what I'm saying is, you know, just don't, it's not about the big things. It's not about fixing the anxiety. It's about just knowing that you're creating good habits to feel calm in the future to feel calm in the future. Really, that's it, right? And so I just, you know, anxiety doesn't have to be a bad thing. In fact, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think it's a great protective mechanism, and I've used it to steer me comfortably towards my goals. I listen to my anxiety as kind of like a compass, right? When it flares up, it means that I've taken a really big step that is really outside of my comfort zone. And some days I can go, yay me, like that's awesome. And other days I have to go, okay, that was too big. What's the next smaller step that I can start at next time? Because clearly, you know, saying hello was too big. Maybe eye contact, maybe just like nodding my head at somebody as I walk past them. You know, and it's just about recognizing that my anxiety has been designed to protect me. And so when I started this journey, I really listened to it, and I just started finding the things that didn't cause me discomfort, that didn't cause me anxiety. So I started with, like, you know, drinking water. I can totally do that. I can totally go for a 5 to 10 minute walk. I can do some push-ups. I can, you know, write a couple of Facebook posts. I am totally comfortable taking an online course. You know, like these little steps that I was comfortable with, that I knew were going to get me to a greater goal at some point, maybe. And even if they didn't, then at least they were better than doing nothing in this moment. So I just wanted you, I don't know. I felt like it was important to bring that up because, like I said, I'm literally sitting here with anxiety. My throat is sore. And I know it's because I did like a huge thing today. Like I did a huge thing, and even though I got positive reinforcement back from it, it was still big, and it was still there. I mean, there wasn't any real risk, and there was really nothing to lose, but I was very vulnerable today. I exposed a lot of who I was today, and, you know, I'm trying to get comfortable with that. So, you know, I'm just gonna keep drinking my water. I mean, I've already taken my lorazepam to calm it down because I know it's gonna help. And I'm just gonna keep moving forward with those really good habits that I've already put into place. You know, my deep breathing, my drinking water, and I'm gonna go and play some laser tag with my son tonight and have a kick-ass wicked time playing like a little kid. You know, and I'm gonna try not to let a little bit of pain and a little bit of worry take away from that, because I know that one day this won't even be a thing anymore because I will have built up my comfort to do this. So life is about finding your comfort zone, working within it, and if you can push past that comfort zone every now and then and stretch that muscle and learn that it's okay, you know, that's where the really big growth comes in. But I mean, little growth is good too, guys. Don't negate the little growth, because the little growth is going to give you the confidence to push forward for the bigger growth. So cheers. I hope you guys have an amazing day, an amazing night, and yeah, that's it for me. Talk to you soon.